This morning, I'd like to talk about the calendar and what our aims are for growing vegetables in our 10 by 10 or 10 by 20 plot. We have a limited amount of space, so we want to maximize the usage of the space as best we can. Now, each of us may have different reasons for why we're gardening. Some people would like to perhaps grow the biggest tomato, and they're satisfied if they get half a dozen tomatoes out of a plot in a year. Others of us would like to grow crops out of season, and they're satisfied if they end up with a cucumber in November. But for most of us, I think we should focus on putting something fresh and healthy on our family's table every single month of the year. If we wish to do that, then we really do need to concentrate on the calendar. Now, what do I mean by that? The seasons are split in two. For Southern California, roughly the cool season, crops grow between September and March, and the summer crops grow between March and September. So we're now in early August, and if we are to prepare our plot and plant our cool season crops about the middle of September, then we really do now need to start thinking about cleaning out our spent summer crops so that we will have time to aerate by digging and amending. Now, in addition, we also need to start the plants that we want to put into the ground in the middle of September now. Now, you can, of course, go and buy starts from a nursery, or if you wish to do them yourself, if you wish to do them yourself, you need to start them at the beginning of August. And I have done this, and today I have brought along a couple of pots of germinated seedlings to show you, and we will discuss those in a moment. And then afterwards we'll go over to one of the outreach plots and start clearing out the spent summer plants. So in order to have broccoli plants ready for planting in the middle of September, so that I will get some broccoli to eat in late December, early January, I needed to start the seeds now in early August. And here you see I have some early dividend broccoli. They're currently at the seedling stage, where they have just their seed leaves or cotyledons showing through. I will need to wait until they have at least one, maybe two sets of true leaves before I'll be able to plant these out to grow to plants. And here I would then plant them out about 15 inches apart between plants and about 18 inches between rows. Let me show you something that is already starting to exhibit its true leaves. This is Queen of Crunch lettuce. This is an early lettuce. It's a little bit heat tolerant. That's why we can plant it in September. Remember, here in Southern California, it's still extremely hot. So I may well shade these plants when I put them in until they are fully established. But if you notice, you can begin to see the first true leaves. The smaller lower leaves are the cotyledons, and you can see the first true leaves coming through. I will wait for, as I say, 2 or 3 true leaves, and then I will be able to handle them, and I will plant these out. They're called pricking out, and I'll show you how to do that probably in about a month's time. The one other one that I want to draw your attention to is I have here some autumn giant leeks. Now, leeks and onions are very similar crops, but notice the difference here. There's just one seed leaf. This is a monocotyledonous plant, and the reason I show you this, when we get to planting this out, it's extremely different from these dicots here, in that I can be a little rougher with these monocotyledonous plants. I can cut the roots, I can cut the tops, they don't damage so easily. These plants you have to be really careful with. Anyway, let's now move on over to one of our outreach plots, and we can start there talking about which plants are ready to be taken out, because we do need to start now. We are in the second week of August, and if we are to clear everything out in time and prepare it so that everything is ready for amending early September and planting some of the first cool season crops at the middle of September. Now note that I have not started any root crops. Root crops such as carrots, beets, radishes, parsnips, turnips, all of those are direct sown with seed directly into the soil. They don't transplant well. So it's the leafy greens and the brassicas and the onion family crops that do transplant well, and these are the ones that you want to get started now. So let's go on over to one of the outreach plots, and we can talk about clearing out. To emphasize the point I was trying to make today is we need to look at the calendar. We need to plan ahead so that everything is ready in its own time. I've got the seedlings started. I'm starting to clear out the plot from the summer crops so that we hopefully will have a full cool season crop and achieve our objective of putting something fresh on the table every month of the year. See you next time.